Yeah, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Swag back at it again with another. And this time, man, I know a lot of you guys were asking about it. I seen it all over on Twitter. Everyone's dropping guard builds and some lock builds. I dropped a lock build, maybe some center builds. Everyone's asking, what about the power forward builds? What about the poppers, park poppers? What about the 6'8"s? I got y'all boys, man. This is gonna be my park power forward popper build. This is to play the 2 and 2s or the 3 and 3s, your typical popper build. I have a different version for Pro-Am specifically. Like I've mentioned in past videos before, I do think it's better to have specific builds for specific game modes. So a park power forward is going to be made a little bit differently than a Pro-Am power forward. So this is going to be the park power forward. Let's get right into it, man. We're going to go with 6'8". I felt like that was the best height. This 2K, I checked the 6'7", 6'9", and 6'8" was just like the best height in my opinion. We're gonna go max wingspan, obviously, 7'4" wingspan, and then we're gonna go with 275 weight to be super heavy, even though we're not gonna max out our strength. Especially for situations like 2s, you always want extra weight to help with box outs and help just be more bigger in the paint. Now for 3, we're gonna go with max out 3 out of 78. That does give you that set shot specialist on silver, deadeye on bronze. You can, and what you can do, and what a lot of people did last year was upgrade your midi. We still don't know the thresholds of like the best jump shots. If you need like a high rating to get the best jump shots, we don't know if there's like jump shots that are really good that you only need a low rating, like JT Thor from last year. JT Thor, you only needed like a 76 3-point rating, and it was a really good jump shot, so you were able to get away with it. But if they don't have any good jump shots for like low ratings in the 70s, then maybe you might need to do mid-range. But for this instance, we just couldn't afford to get the mid-range on the popper park build, so we're just gonna go with the 78 3-ball. Now for pass sack, you would usually go either 75 or like even higher for like the higher tier break starter for Pro-Am. For park though, for 2s and 3s, I don't think you need silver break starter just for park. So with the pass sack, I don't think you need the super high pass sack. I don't even think you need 75 for the silver break starter. Now if this was for Pro-Am, then yeah, silver break starter will be pretty much necessary, like the bare minimum. But for me, I only went with 71 for a park popper build. It gives you the silver dimer. It's in the low 70s, so for 2s and 3s, it's viable in my opinion. We're gonna lower our ball handle as much as possible. Speed with ball. If you guys know from last year, man, the normal dribble style, we didn't have any access to any SIGS or anything like that while playing in the 2K Community Day like demo version. So I'm not sure if 40 speed with ball does get you any like normal dribble style like from last year. We're able to still do like that little glitchy side to side. But just by default, man, it's in my habit to go 40 speed with the ball on almost every build, so I just did it by default. For steal, we're gonna go with the 94 steal. Now this does give you that Hall of Fame interceptor and gold glove. If you guys remember though, you do get the +1 max badge attribute, or perk I should say, that you get it throughout the season. So even though you only have Hall of Fame interceptor, if you do want legend, you can add your +1 max badge perk to that and get legend interceptor on this build. For perimeter, we're gonna go with an 85. You do get silver challenger. All right, so we actually had to go back and lower our weight a little bit because we do need the 76 agility, as you can see, for that on-ball menace on silver mixed with the 85 perim. So we do have the 85 perim, and then the agility, we needed an 86 to get that silver on-ball menace. If you're playing 2s, if you're playing 3s, you're not going to be strictly guarding only a big center. A lot of the times you're going to be guarding ball, or maybe 2, like people pull up with 2 ISO players. So you want to be able to guard ball effectively, and having perimeter badges like on-ball menace is very helpful. So just remember, from the original that I showed, I did go back and lower weight just a little bit to get that 76 agility that you need for the badge. Now for speed, I wish we could just super max it out. I only went with an 81 though. It was too expensive to go any higher than that. But in my opinion, especially for 2s, weight and strength matter more in my opinion than speed. Obviously speed is very important, but I do think the higher weight and speed in the low 80s is more than enough for 2s and even 3s. Now for strength, we're gonna go with a 91 strength. That gives us that gold brick wall. And then for vertical, we're gonna go with the 74 vertical, which ties into a badge that you're gonna see when we upgrade the block. It's for a high flying, basically chase down, high flying denier. So we're gonna go to our block and upgrade this to a 84 actually. 84 block does give you paint controller on silver, as well as with the vertical high flying denier on silver. So you do get like silver anchor, silver chase down if you guys want to compare it to the badge names of last year, so you guys can get a better understanding. And then for rebounding, this is, like I said, a park build. You want to be able to rebound, especially on 2s, even 3s a lot of times. So we're going to go with 92 D board to get that gold rebound chaser. You do need a 94 for Hall of Fame box out beast, which would be nice, but you just can't afford to get it. And I don't think it's super necessary, especially for park build. Also, obviously you want to be able to get O boards, super crucial for 2s especially. So we're not going to go super high, but we're going to go with a decent amount of O board in 73. So right now the defense is looking like 71 interior, 85 perim, 94 steal for that half interceptor, which you can get to legend, 84 block for silver anchor, silver chase down, 92 D board for the gold rebound chaser, max agility to get the badge. We're gonna leave free throw minimum. Like I said, this is a park build. Now for the finishing, we're already super high overall. One thing that I did notice in the builder is that going standing dunk last year in 2K24, going standing dunk was actually a lot cheaper than going driving dunk, especially because when you upgraded your standing dunk, your driving dunk didn't go up almost at all in 2K24. However, in this 2K, if you guys didn't know already, the standing dunk is really tied to your driving dunk, but the driving dunk isn't really tied to the standing, if that makes sense. So you can have high driving and have low standing, but you can have high standing and low driving. So even though for a pick, like someone doing pick and rolls and stuff, even though standing might be the better option, it's really cheap actually to get the high driving dunk instead. So what we're gonna do is, our close shot went up by mistake when we upgraded our midi earlier in the video. We're actually gonna go with an 80 driving dunk. Now, if you guys remember from previous 2Ks, 80 driving dunk is a really good threshold. You do get a lot of good dunking badges, and especially for situations like 2s, like 3s, off cuts or whatever, or just a quick off the pop, they run at you, they jump, you attack the basket. 80 driving dunk is actually really good. Now you only get 40 standing, but look at the difference here. You get 80 driving and your standing only goes up to a 40. There's a 40-point differential in there. Meanwhile, if you would have went 80 standing, if you try to flip it and went 80 standing instead, your driving dunk would have automatically been forced up to a 70, which we wouldn't have been able to afford with this little attributes that we had left. Seeing how when we went to finishing, we were already a 97 overall. So with the last little attributes, we ended up putting our midi to a 70. They did say that midis will be harder to shoot this year, so kind of just want to have that extra little attributes on midi to help with that. Free throw, we're lowering it completely. Like I said, I'm making this strictly for popper build. And then with the extra attributes, you guys can look around and see what you guys want to put it on. I think I end up going with speed here to get 82 speed. But that's the popper build, man. You get gold brick wall to set screens, gold rebound chasers to help on the board. I actually went with the 74 interior to go to get that post move lockdown. If you guys know park, people love to pull up with post scores, or even like 6'8s that have post scoring, kind of like LeBron builds, whatever. So you'd be able to defend that. But 99 overall. So we have main attributes: 80 driving dunk with only a 40 standing, which is still pretty good. 78 3, 70 midi. So you're not going to be a super threat from mid range, but catch and shoots with a 78 3. Hopefully, if there's good jump shots, like I said, we don't know the ratings requirements for jump shots, so that might be a little iffy. But 78 3 with 70 mid range isn't that bad. 71 pass sack, silver dimer, that's not bad. 74 interior, bronze post move lockdown. 85 perim with the 76 agility, gives you those silver perimeter badges. 94 steal, half interceptor, which, like I said, you can add that +1 max badge and get legend interceptor. 84 block, silver anchor. 75 O board, which is not too bad, and then 92 D board for the gold rebound chaser. 81 steal, and then 74 vert for the badges. So that's the park version of the build. I am going to be dropping a Pro-Am power forward / back end build, which is going to be, I think, the build I make in the beginning of the year and start off with. It's going to be super different from here. Obviously, Pro-Am, you need a lot more different stuff than you do in Park. Like pass sack, you need way more, not way more, but you do need higher pass sack in Pro-Am for throwing the breaks and stuff. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man, about the build. Is it a W build, L build, trash build? A lot of people were saying all the 6.8s that they seen, all the popper builds that they made are trash. I tried my best to lab up, but it is really hard, man. It's not easy this 2K to get a lot of stuff you want. A lot of the people saying that you get more attributes in 2K25 for every other build but a popper. It feels like that. But for the popper, man, I was struggling in the builder, man. Once I sat down on community day, I was like, I went straight to poppers and I was like, all right, let's see what I can lab up. And I definitely was struggling to make a really good popper, but this was the best I could come up with in the short time that we were in the builder, and I was looking at Park poppers. So let me know what you guys think. One thing I wanted to get into that I forgot to get into on my other build videos is the takeovers. Now, you don't get a crazy amount of takeovers on this build, but the main ones that you do get: board beast, defensive presence, which help with obviously defense, eraser, which boosts your block. Seeing how you only have an 84 block, stuff like eraser might be actually really good. The only thing with takeovers that I wanted to explain to you guys and kind of break down and give my thought on it is there's some takeovers, like you see fundamentals here. We don't unlock it, but just for an example, that boosts multiple categories. Obviously the boost is a little less, and then there's some takeovers that boost just one category, like you saw earlier with eraser, that gave you at level 5 plus 15 block but nothing else. Meanwhile, there's other takeovers, like I said, that give you like +5 +5 +5 in 3 different categories. What I think would be the best thing is to choose the takeover that boosts attributes that you don't have that high. So as for this build, for example, 94 steel, I wouldn't want to use a takeover that gives me +15 steel, because I doubt you go over 100. There's no way you have level 5 takeover +15. There's no way you're gonna have, 109 steel. I don't think it works like that. Something like eraser that gives you +15 at level 5 at 84 block, having 84 block. So now you have 99 block while still having 94 steel. So just keep that in mind with the takeovers. We have a lot of different ones. Fortress, glass gunner helps with the boards, great wall, grit. So there's a lot of good takeovers. See, takeover like pickpocket might seem like really good just by looking at it, like the name, like pickpocket. I'll be able to get a lot of on-ball steals. But it's kind of not, I don't want to say wasted, because you are getting +8 to your steel, which you wouldn't have 94. So you'll technically have like 102, or at least you'll have like 99. But you also want to look at the takeover ability and spoiler. So the takeover ability sounds really good. Higher efficiency in getting on ball and pass steals. So it helps you get more interception steals. What you want to look for though is takeovers that have different plus ratings, but the same takeover ability. So there's multiple different takeovers that have the takeover ability of spoiler, which helps you get more lane steals. So if that's something that you do want, you can find a takeover that maybe gives you like +5 steal, +5 perim, and then +5 block or something like that, while still having spoiler as the takeover ability, just to help you balance the attributes more instead of being in the +100+. You know what I'm saying? Now you can have more even distributed attributes while still keeping the really good perk of the takeover. And as we back out, we got the shades of Draymond, Josh Smith, Evan Mobley. I forget the build name that we did get on this Park popper. Hopefully it was something good. 3&D threat. Yeah, 3&D threat. Well, that's not a really good build name, but if you guys enjoyed the video, man, that is my Park popper, 6'8" Park popper. Can set screens with gold brick wall, can pop with a 78 3-pointer. Like I said, we'll have to see what the jump shots are, and if you can get good jump shots with that low of a rating. You get the elite defense with the silver perimeter badges, and then like Hall of Fame interceptor, which can get, if you want to use it to get legend interceptor, you can do that as well. Still get gold rebound chaser, decent O board, high driving dunk in the 80s, which does most likely would unlock some decent dunk packages, so you can dunk off the dribble. Still get silver dimer, so you have decent decent pass sack as well. So yeah, man, that's the build. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that sub button, hit that like button. I got plenty more builds on the way. Rec builds, pro-am builds, more poppers, but for pro-am, center inside, center poppers, 2 guard builds. I got y'all, man. Hash locks, I got everything, man. So appreciate y'all boys for watching. Until next time, I'm out of here. God bless. Peace.